Some 60 job areas are available in the tourism sector. This week on Issues, Portfolio Minister Edmund Bartlett speaks on the growth of the sector, which rakes in $2.5 billion annually. Let's join the discussion.
Thanks for joining us for Issues and Answers. I'm Ian Boyne. We talk tourism today. The Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Edmund Bartlett, made a sectoral presentation this past week and, of course, spoke on the status of this very important industry. We have the Minister in studio with us today, and we are going to be exploring some of the ideas that he spoke about. We thank you so much for your company. Good to have you, Minister.
Thank you very much.
I want to start off, Minister, by you giving us a little bit about the status of the industry now and your own thinking about its prospects.
Well, the industry now, I think, is poised to have a regeneration. In fact, there's need for a rethink in terms of two key elements. One, the consumption patterns that we've had, and the second, the production patterns that we've had. And tourism consumes twice, if you will. The consumption first is for the visitor buying or offering, and then the visitor consuming the experience when they arrive. That's the consumption side. And then the production side is us providing the inputs to satisfy the customer's need or the visitor's need when they arrive. So we have preoccupied ourselves in Jamaica with the consumption side in the sense of bringing the tourists in and creating the demand. But we have not moved pari passu with the production side to enable us to provide those inputs. The result is that we have had to import the very inputs that are required to make the visitor have a wonderful time here. The result, of course, is the retention level of the dollar in our economy has been low. In this new iteration for me as minister, I want to correct that. And in doing so, provide for Jamaica the real opportunities to benefit from the real fruits of the tourism industry. Tourism provides the greatest opportunity for job creation of any industry. It is felt that for each visitor who comes, it provides 60 opportunities for employment. 60. As opposed to 1 barrel of oil, which provides 5 employment opportunities. Because tourism is a series of moving parts which converge around an experience which people buy and spend a lot of money for. They travel all over the world to realize that experience. So what we have to do in Jamaica, like the countries that have used tourism to increase their economic value and benefits, is to understand this and to respond to the demand that tourism provides. So we are going to build out the 3 key segments that are critical. First, the agricultural segment, which deals with all that the consumed requirements are for food, for beverage, and so on. Then the second is the manufacturing. That is all the needs that they have for bedding, for the construction items that they need, for pots and pans and cans and kettles, and for bedding and for sheets and pillowcases and all that, right? And then the third one for the services that are required. Your banking services, your hospital medical services, your insurance services, and now your marketing services. And previously, we used to go to get marketing services overseas. We can get marketing services right here now, thanks to this new wave, what they call the third wave.
Yes, industrialization.
Or the fourth revolution, the fourth industrial revolution, as they call it. So, with mega analytics, that is big data, we are now able to where to market.
That's true.
What segment of the market you need to focus on. In other words, who is talking to you? What are they saying?
What do they want?
And then, what are you saying now back to them? In this way, you have an opportunity to engage the market yourself through word of mouth.
Yes, yes.
To engage the market segment by segment, we call that geomarketing. So we can now do geomarketing. And then content marketing. That is to say, we tell the market now what they need to hear based on our understanding of what they need to have. And in the context of all of this, there's also virtual reality,
Yes.
which allows us now to give the visitor a feel of the destination and before they come into the destination. These are new and dynamic innovations that have overtaken the industry that we have to respond to. And in responding to it, gives ourselves a greater opportunity to retain resources in Jamaica.
So the ministry will be taking a highly technologically focused approach to tourism development.
Absolutely,
Minister.
absolutely. Now, beyond the technology and its innovative impact, is the need for us to make tourism more inclusive. That is to involve more people in producing against that demand. So that's what I meant when I said change the production patterns. So that we get more people involved in the manufacturing side, but also in the agro-processing side. So we start to produce the jams and jellies and the chutneys and the potato paste and the banana that the industry needs, the chips and so on that they use, as well as the tomato paste, the same thing you call ketchup. The eggs.
So will that mean that your ministry will be working closely
with agriculture?
With various ministries?
Absolutely, because remember I said before,
Yeah.
it's a series of moving parts that must all connect seamlessly to create that experience. So we are going to be working closely
The production ministries.
with the service ministry, ICT ministry,
yes.
that provides the education ministry, because that is the next level
Training need.
in my 5-point.
Yes.
The building out of the human capital.
Let's break it here at this point. The Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Edmund Bartlett, talking to us about his vision for tourism, giving us an idea of the status and where we're going. We take a break, but we'll be right back. Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Edmund Bartlett, is in studio, and we're talking about some of the exciting new initiatives in the tourism industry. Minister, I think you're about to talk about the human capital.
Yes. This is very important. You see, our people remains the most iconic attraction Jamaica has. People travel to relate to people, to find people.
That's right.
And so we have to build the capacity of our people to provide an experience that is not come to mind, that is exceptional.
Yes, yes.
An experience that is opinionated, that then crafts a new conversation in the minds of all our visitors that abide with them forever when they leave us.
Yes.
And in doing so, we think that the need for training and the building out now of new training institutions. So we're going to build a hospitality school. We're going to also build an institute of craft development, which is important to training our artisans, to broaden their creative horizon, to enable them to produce more autochthonous products that are really reflective of the spirit of Jamaica.
How soon would an institute like that be?
We've now brought in a consultant who will be working with. As a matter of fact, in my last administration, we did a lot of work on it. So we're really picking up on that now, right? And I'm bringing back the same person who was heading up that section dealing with it. To continue the work. And we're talking to the universities because they are trying to partner with us with the hospitality school, and we're looking to partner with the Edmund Manley College on the craft side, because that's very important.
Will you be in collaboration with HEART?
Oh yes, HEART, because HEART provides in my mind, the entry-level requirement training, and we will continue to do that. but we have to go a higher level because we must now take on the senior management and top management in the hotels.
Interesting.
So the sous chefs and all that level, yes. Now, having done that, we would have gone a far way in combating what we call seasonality in tourism. Now, the reason that much of the workers in our tourism industry are not as strong in terms of their tenure as other industries. The reason why some are involved in what you call contract employment is because of the seasonality of the industry. So you work for 6 months and then you lay off because you have shoulder months and the industry can't pay anymore, and so you come back 3 months after. And so instead of having what is called permanent employment, or what we call in industry good jobs, you're ending up with seasonal jobs. So in building out the 24/7 arrangements, tourism will be there for you, and permanence will now be the feature of your employment situation.
And this will favorably affect worker welfare.
Absolutely. So the pension program that you know we have been working on will have a better and a stronger place because now we will have our workers that are able to go 24/7 and every month of the year. So these 5 networks that I have used to underpin the 5 pillars of growth are the experiential elements that will enable us to have visitors coming to Jamaica every month of the year.
Every month.
In numbers that are able to support the industry and maintain full employment throughout.
Yes. You spoke about a major project for St. Anne.
Yes.
In what is called, is it a shovel?
Yes, the shovel ready.
The shovel ready. Talk a little bit about
the
that.
shovel ready initiative is a structure that we've built out to allow for pre-approval work to be done. So that when the investor comes, he now comes to a turnkey operation. He has his money, he wants to build out the place, he can do it because the approvals are done and all the preliminary requirements are covered, the NEPA requirements and so on. So then he can start operating as quickly as possible.
But we're going to be scrupulous about those regulations, so
of course.
We're not going to shortchange them.
No, because
create any environmental problems.
This is not even a private sector construct. This is a construct from within. Right? And tied into all of this is the key elements coming from NEPA itself, coming from JAMPRO, coming from our ministry, and also from the engineers. So we're not just looking now at a situation where one guy sits down and tries to do the ropes. It is a combination of all the skill sets that are within the discrete areas that are responsible for guaranteeing the integrity of our building process.
Yes. And just finally, Minister, less than a minute perhaps, what do you see for tourism in the next few years? What are the big prospects? Just
Our projections are to increase arrivals by 5% per annum for the next 5 years to reach 5 million visitors by 2021, to earn $5 billion for the Jamaican economy, to employ 120,000 people, that is to increase from the 88,000 it is now to 125,000 direct. And the indirect, the induced effect, based on the 5 networks, will take you to 350,000. Right? And then to enable us to have a 24/7 industry to combat and defeat tourism seasonalities.
Yes.
Once we have that, we now have an economy that could truly be called a tourism economy.
Thank you very much, Minister. Minister of Tourism outlining his vision for the industry, the concrete plans which are